This is Gino, and for this AvnetConnect module, what we're going to go through is how to follow, what you can follow, and how to set your settings. So with that, let's get started. Let's switch over to our browser and get into AvnetConnect. So first off, let's go over what does it mean to follow something. So anything within AvnetConnect, whether it's a person, a community, a blog, a file, a wiki, a tag, an activity, those items can be followed. So what that means is, if there was we'll pick a, say there's a file, for example, that you want to be kept updated on any time it changes or gets updated, you can choose to follow that file. So when you follow that, according to what settings you have, which we'll go over here in a few minutes, you will get a notification letting you know that that file has changed or been modified. So let me show you, let's start with communities, and we'll go into the Destination Analytics community as an example. So let's go over following a community. So for this community, if you'll notice up here in the upper right-hand corner, there is a button that says Follow this community. I can click this button, and I am now following this community. And so why would I want to follow this community? Well, this is our Destination Analytics community, which is our Cognos initiative. So if I'm a Cognos partner, or if I have interest in Cognos, I may want to follow this community because there's stuff in here, forums and files and blogs that I want to know about when everything changes within this community. So again, when I am following this community, anything that changes inside this community, I will get a notification on. If this CEO Study 2012 gets updated, I will get a notification on that. So again, that's how you follow a community. And let's stop following that real quick, because you do not have to follow a community to follow an item. So for example, we'll take this CEO study, the 2012 CEO study. Say this file is of interest to me. I can choose, well, let me click that because I was following that. I can choose to follow just this document by clicking the follow button. I do not have to follow the whole community to follow this document. And as you can see, even up here, there's still that little button to follow the whole community. So again, I can just follow the document without following the whole community. And that would be the same for any of the items in this community. You can choose to follow independently from the community, whether it be a forum topic, again, any of the files, any of these blogs or wikis, you can choose to follow independently if you choose not to follow the whole community. Another thing we can do is we can follow people. Since this is the Cognos community, Mike Sarago is the director for that. Just look up his profile. I may be following him already, but I will undo that real quick. So I will click on him, and I am, so I will stop following him as soon as it loads. And as you can see, I'm not following him. So again, if Mike Sarago, since I know he is the director of software programs for Cognos, again, if I am interested in Cognos, I am probably very interested in what Mike Sarago posts within AvnetConnect, whether he's posting a blog or whether he's posting a comment or submitting a file. I want to know what he is doing so I can follow him, and I will now get notifications on anything that Mike Sarago does in AvnetConnect, an email notification that of what he is doing. I can then click on that and then go view whatever that has been done. Before we go into settings real quick, let me cover for people, if you go into My Network, under Profiles, My Network, you can see right here on the left-hand side, Following and Followers. If I click on this Following, I can see who I am following. So again, I'm following Mike Sarago just now, so these are the people I'm following. And then I can click on Followers, and these are people that are following me. And that to me could be important, because this lets you know that people are finding what you are doing of interest, so therefore they want to follow you to see what you are doing. So I hope all that makes sense. So now let's go into our settings so that we can set how we get notified for the items that we are following. So if we get in the upper right-hand corner, we click on Settings, it will bring up this screen, and we now can set our settings. So this top one right here, responses to content I have created. For anything that you do, whether you post a blog or you post a forum topic or you post a file, whatever you do, if somebody has a comment back or does something to that file or blog or whatever that may be, this is where you choose how you want to be notified, whether it's an individual email, a daily newsletter, weekly newsletter, or no email at all. And we'll get to those definitions in a minute. These items right here, content that I am following, is what we were just talking about. So we can follow, again, people, communities, blogs, tags, activities, forums, files, and wikis. And here are the settings I have for each of those. For example, for people I'm following, I chose to get an individual email. For everything they do, I will get an email. The same thing for communities. If I am following a community, anything that is done within that community, I want to be notified via email. For blogs, I chose a weekly newsletter, and for tags, a daily newsletter. For weekly, for wikis, a daily newsletter, and then for activities and forums, an individual newsletter. So for a daily newsletter, what that is daily you will get an email with updates on what has changed for the items that you are following. That's very important because this is not things that have changed within AvnetConnect. These are things that have changed or been updated or been added to within, for the items you are following. So for this weekly newsletter for blogs, for all blogs that I'm following, I will get a weekly newsletter with any updates or changes that have been made to that blog. Of course, no email means that you won't get any notification at all on any of the items that you're following. So that was a quick, short little tutorial on following and setting your notifications. If you have any questions, you can find me in AvnetConnect and ping me through there, or you can send an email to me at gino.garcia, Garcia, @avnet.com. Thank you, and have a good day.